Hey everyone, we're Lisa and Lucas Barber from BarbersGoGlobal.com, and we are answering a few questions for our friends over at the Black Expat, which is a website and magazine dedicated to Black expatriates living abroad out of the United States.
Lisa and I have been married for 8 years now, and even before we got married and we were just dating, we discussed both of our loves for travel, and we kind of kicked around the idea of traveling long term and how amazing that would be. But after we got married, honestly, we didn't have the resources to be able to do something like that. And then the timing just wasn't right. So she got promoted and then I got a promotion. She started grad school and then I started grad school. And when we both finished, we took a trip to London and Paris to celebrate. And on the plane ride home, we were thinking to ourselves what a wonderful time we had, but how it was just too short. And then we talked about the dreams we had, and we realized we really didn't have any obstacles stopping us from doing this on a long-term basis.
To prepare for our multi-year journey, we did two things. We sacrificed and we saved. That means all those little things like eating out, buying the latest things. We really had to make sure to cut down on some of those things that we really probably wanted to buy and put it toward traveling long-term.
In addition to that, we decided that it would be best for us to sell our house, to be traveling, to be abroad for a couple years, to have a house that you have tenants and have to worry about. We decided, while that may work for some people, we weren't really interested in doing that. We didn't want the hassle or the headache. We wanted a clean break, so we also sold our house, and the money we made from that, we also used to help fund this journey.
Since we already went to the top places on my bucket list, which were London and Paris, we decided that we were gonna go with Lucas's bucket item, which was going to New Zealand as our starting point. So we ended up exploring the country in New Zealand and then moving onward to Australia with hopes of finding our way back home.
The goal was just to travel slow, to try to experience the biggest range of cultures that we could, and then be strategic when it comes to resources. So being in New Zealand and then moving to Australia and then Southeast Asia and then working our way around, they're just short flights, so it saves us money, but we get to hop around and move to where we like to go.
Traveling as a Black couple has been incredibly interesting, considering that we are both Black and we're from the United States. For some of the people that we've encountered, it has been their first experience interacting with Black Americans, which has been kind of eye-opening for them. So sometimes we get requests to have a picture taken with them, or
especially when they find out we're from New York.
Right, and it is quite interesting, just considering the things that have been going on in our country.
As Lisa mentioned, sometimes you stick out a bit when you're in some of these countries. So one time when we were in Sydney, we were just walking around the Sydney harbor. Lisa had her afro out, was looking all lush and plush, and a lady, a Chinese woman, came up and she saw Lisa and she just was like amazed by her hair. So she wanted to take a picture with Lisa, like leaning in towards her afro light. So it was kind of awkward, but you realize that they've probably never seen a real afro, on a Black person outside of maybe the movies or something like that before. So you deal with it.
One of the most rewarding and challenging parts of this entire experience is meeting people and building relationships and actually having to say goodbye to them. You get a chance to learn, the culture, learn about their family, and then as a long-term traveler, we're here for quite an extensive amount of time, and then you have to kind of pick up and leave to go on to the next country. But the great thing is that looking back on the countries that you have visited, you can say, yes, I actually know someone who lives there, so the next time I go to Bali, I can visit that family, or the next time I go to Sydney, Australia, I have that friend who's gonna hook me up with like the greatest restaurant recommendation.
When we committed to long-term travel, we set out with some goals. One of them was to strengthen our relationship with each other. Now, I'm gonna stop you there. Let's not start any rumors like we were, on the rocks or about to break up or something like that. It was not the case at all. But you realize that you can be better. You can have a stronger relationship. So we really wanted to focus on us. Also, we wanted to make sure that we experience culture in its fullness. There's so much rich culture all around the world. We didn't want to bring our Americanisms with us as we traveled and try to just find things that reminded us of home. We wanted to step out of our comfort zone. We wanted to try new things, try new foods, sleep in new places, use different kinds of bathrooms. It all adds to that collective experience, and that was a goal for us, because when we go back home and we settle back down, we want to be transformed. We want to be someone different than when we left home, and we can only do that by really stepping out and trying new things. So those were our two big goals as we traveled.
By sharing our experiences with other people, we hope that it will encourage people to stop dreaming and start doing.
Absolutely.
Take, hold of that idea that you've had for so long and plan, execute, and commit to it. It's something that we had to do, and we were just tired of thinking about what we wanted to do, and we said, you know what, we're setting a date and we're gonna go with it. So that's what we're hoping that people will take away from this and be able to go full on into the dream, into the goal that they would like to pursue.
Live it. Can't encourage people enough to do that. Just live it.
Yeah.